There's a new round of trade buzz in the NFL. After the big trades involving Jalen Ramsey, Minkah Fitzpatrick, and Jonnu Smith, the Miami Dolphins are now reportedly looking to trade for a tight end. NFL insider Tom Pelissero reports that Miami is in active talks with multiple teams to add help at tight end. Could the Cowboys be one of those teams? Let's take a closer look. Right now, Jake Ferguson is the Cowboys' clear T1. Second-year player Luke Schoonmaker is T2. Then there's Brevin Spann-Ford, a rookie UDFA who's gaining some attention. Also on the roster, John Stevens Jr. coming off injury, Princeton Fant, and a couple more undrafted names like Rolando Fairweather and Tyler Neville. Among these players, the most likely trade candidate? Luke Schoonmaker. A Dolphins Sports Illustrated writer recently listed Schoonmaker as a possible target for Miami, and honestly, that makes sense. He hasn't lived up to his second-round pick status. Even as a run blocker, he's been underwhelming. In 2023, he improved no drops and better consistency, but 241 yards just isn't enough from a second-round tight end. Schoonmaker's contract is team-friendly. If the Cowboys trade him, they'd save $1.32 million in cap space. For the Dolphins, they'd only take on a 2-year, $2.92 million deal non-guaranteed. It's a cheap move for Miami and easy for Dallas to make. So the big question, what could the Cowboys get back? Probably not much. Schoonmaker's trade value isn't high. At best, maybe a late day 3 draft pick, a 6th or 7th rounder. Still, with the Dolphins clearly in need of a tight end, Dallas could get a better offer than expected. This is at least worth a phone call. In a perfect world, Dallas wouldn't just get a draft pick. They'd get a player. But let's be realistic. The Dolphins aren't trading young stars like Devon Achane or Jalen Waddle. They're not moving top defensive players like Christian Wilkins or Jaylon Phillips. One name that could make some sense? Benito Jones' depth on Miami's defensive line. Not a star, but a possible rotation guy for Dallas. Still, this is a long shot. Real quick before we continue, Cowboys shorts are on sale right now for 40% off. Perfect for working out or just staying cool in this summer heat. Let's talk about the rest of the Cowboys' tight ends. Trading Jake Ferguson? Makes no sense. He's your clear-cut starter. If you lost him, you'd need to trade for someone else immediately. Even Ferguson himself said he was disappointed in his 2023 performance. But he still showed enough to believe he can bounce back to top 10 tight end form this season. There's real buzz about Brevin Spann-Ford as a long-term project. He's an undrafted guy with potential, but right now, no one's trading for him. Last season? Just 88 yards. Still, he's the type of player teams like to keep and develop, especially if they're moving on from someone like Schoonmaker. So here's a question for you. On a scale from 1 to 10, how confident are you in the Cowboys' tight end group right now? Let us know in the comments. Now let's talk about a new trade idea. Could the Cowboys target Darnell Washington from the Steelers? Ados Sports pitched this, and I have to admit it's intriguing. Washington was a later-round pick, but some scouts had him rated higher than Schoonmaker on their boards. He's an elite blocker, big, powerful, and able to handle defensive ends one-on-one. Last season, Pro Football Focus ranked him as one of the top 5 run-blocking tight ends. Let's be clear, Schoonmaker was better in 2023 than he was as a rookie. But he still struggled as a run blocker last season. Washington would be a clear upgrade in that role. Plus, his contract is also affordable. $1.24 million in 2024 and $2.72 million over 2 years non-guaranteed. So let me ask, would you trade for Darnell Washington? Type Y for yes or N for no in the comments. Now, here's a wild idea. It's totally a Madden trade, but hear me out. What if you trade Schoonmaker to the Dolphins? Then, in a separate deal, trade for Darnell Washington? You'd be swapping out a pass-catching tight end who hasn't delivered. for a high upside blocker who could solidify your run game. It might not happen, but it's a fun possibility to consider. We drop daily Cowboys content, news, rumors, and live reactions. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss anything. YouTube.com/Cowboys. Washington fits a clear need. He may not be a high-volume pass catcher, but the Cowboys don't need another star receiver at tight end right now. They need someone who can open lanes in the run game, hold the edge, and give Dak Prescott more protection on play action. With Mike McCarthy emphasizing balance in the offense, adding a true blocking tight end could change the game literally. And don't forget, Dallas looked at Washington closely before the 2023 draft. They brought him in for a visit. They liked him, but medical concerns made them pass. Well, now he's healthy, and he's proven he can play. If you insert Washington into this offense, think about the impact on Tony Pollard or Rico Dowdle. Think about red zone packages with Washington in line, Ferguson flexed, and Lamb or Cooks wide. Suddenly, the defense has to respect power run and play action. It gives McCarthy now more tools to keep defenses guessing. This isn't just a what-if. It's a strategic move that could elevate the offense in critical moments. The only real question is whether the Cowboys front office is aggressive enough to make a move like this. Will they explore a two-step trade, Schoonmaker out, Washington in? Or will they stick with the guys they have and hope someone develops? Jerry Jones has said before, this is a win-now roster. Well, if that's true, then moves like this are the kind that win playoff games. One last thing, after the recent big trades, Adam Schefter reported there's been outside interest in Steelers star TJ Watt. He skipped minicamp, and teams have made calls. The Steelers say they're not trading him, he's part of their long-term plans. Still, it's a reminder to the Cowboys front office. Pay Micah Parsons. Don't wait. Get the deal done before the price goes even higher. That's all for today's Cowboys report. Drop a like if you haven't already, leave a comment with your thoughts on Schoonmaker and Washington, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.